Ever wondered where the English people actually came from? The story isn't as simple as you might think. It's a tale of migrations, clashing cultures, and identities slowly blending together over thousands of years. Before England was even a concept, the island of Britain was home to Celtic-speaking peoples. These were the original Britons, who farmed land, built impressive hill forts, and passed down stories that still echo in folklore today. Then, everything changed. In the year 43 AD, the Roman Empire arrived. Emperor Claudius sent his legions across the English Channel, and for the next 400 years, Britain was a Roman province. Towns, roads, and villas sprang up, transforming the landscape. People from all over the empire, soldiers, and settlers from Europe and the Mediterranean mixed with the local Britons. Latin became the language of the cities, but out in the countryside, Celtic languages held on strong. By the early 5th century, the mighty Roman Empire began to crumble. Its legions left Britain, leaving the island politically divided and vulnerable. This created a power vacuum, and new groups sailed across the North Sea to fill it. These were the Angles, the Saxons, and the Jutes-Germanic peoples who were first invited as mercenaries to protect local kingdoms. But they didn't just protect, they stayed. They established their own settlements and gradually expanded their territories, pushing the native Britons westward into what we now know as Wales and Cornwall. These Germanic newcomers laid the groundwork for England. Their different languages merged to become Old English, a language that carried the sounds and rhythms of their North Sea homeland. Their customs, like warrior codes and community assemblies, became the foundation of early government. By the 7th century, powerful Anglo-Saxon kingdoms like Northumbria, Mercia, and Wessex had emerged. They often fought each other, but they were also united by a new force: Christianity, brought by missionaries from both Ireland and Rome. This new religion was a game. It brought with it the art of writing, which allowed the Anglo-Saxons to record their epic poems, laws, and history. This is when masterpieces like Beowulf were written down, preserving ancient heroic tales. The Anglo-Saxon Chronicle began, creating the very first historical record of the English people. At the same time, ongoing contact with their neighbors, the Frisians, Scandinavians, and Celts continued to add new layers to their evolving identity. Just as things seemed to be settling, a new wave of invaders arrived: the Vikings. Starting in the late 8th century, these Norse warriors raided monasteries and coastal towns. Eventually, they settled in large parts of eastern England, an area that became known as the Danes. They brought their own language, laws, and customs, leaving a permanent mark on the English vocabulary and landscape. The constant threat from the Vikings forced the Anglo-Saxon kingdoms to band together. This resistance, led by figures like Alfred the Great, forged a new sense of shared identity and purpose. By the early 10th century, Alfred's successors had managed to unite many of these territories under a single ruler. The name England, the land of the Angles, finally took on a real political meaning. Of course, the story doesn't end there. The Norman conquest in 1066 would bring another dramatic transformation, but the heart of the English people had already been formed. Their origin isn't the story of a single tribe, but of many different threads: Celtic, Roman, Anglo-Saxon, and Viking, all woven together into one complex and enduring identity. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey through history, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories like this.